YouTube, what's going on? We're back with another video. We're still out here recovering. TTVE_thin. We're gonna try to stream as much as possible while we're recovering. But in February, the second week on of February, and even the first, we got some pretty cool streams coming. So I'm excited to show you guys what's happening. We're cooking up some good stuff. But let's get right into it. I wanted to touch on this MarcoMeatball situation. Now, I might be a little late, whatever the case may be. I spoke about it initially on my stream the day the Pokey tweet happened, right? And I want to take this moment to not only reflect on my response, everyone else's, and just overall the situation and what I didn't really like about it. I felt like this guy, MarcoMeatball, is a genuinely good dude. You watch his content, and even prior to this, he's had multiple run-ins with the gacha community. I mean, even just with like the music and Woo, for example, he was like, oh my god, and he was talking, I think it was like they referenced an opera song or something, and the community was just actively crapping on him, right? Like, you can't be this excited over just some keynote. It's like, well, the dude's a professional, right? And so if he understands the nuance of music and whatnot, like, I don't got to sit here and defend him like that, but this is his thing, and this is what he knows about, and he's educated on it. So if he realizes something that 99.99% of the people wouldn't really recognize, it's not a big deal for him to be passionate about it, right? It's not. And so people are just mean in this community. All of them. All gacha communities are mean. I definitely think Woowa's community is a lot better, but all gacha communities, like of the big four, they can be 1000% insufferable. But again, Woowa realistically doesn't have that as much, but it still happens, right? And so my whole point of this is that this guy, he's not even a gacha creator. He's not. Like objectively, he's not, right? If you go to Marco's channel, his most viewed video is a gacha video, right? But if we go through these, so that's one gacha game, two, see, no gacha here, no gacha here. That's 3. So out of 20 of his top videos, what, 2 or 3 of these are gacha videos? The guy does a lot for the gacha community, and he's voice acted in Genshin and whatnot, but he's just overall a good dude. Like, like he has wholesome ass vibes. Like, he's just a nice guy. You know what I'm saying? I really don't understand why people hate on him. I don't get it. Now, I'm not going to use anyone else's channel other than my own. I don't, and especially in a situation like this, I will compare this to myself, right? I make what you could consider clickbait thumbnails, right? And this is, I'll come out and say it. This came off very clickbaity, and I didn't even realize it, to be very transparent with you, until one of my boys mentioned it, right? Where I said, honest review of Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail 3.0. And one of my homies, like, I thought it was a review of yours, but it was a Gotcha Smack review that I was reacting to. And so, because I didn't put Gotcha Smack in the title or the thumbnail, I said, let me add him to the title. And I'm probably going to redo the thumbnail as well. But, like, I do clickbait, right? Gotcha won't change. Trash, perfect. This is nuclear. Like all this other nonsense, right? And so, Gotcha Tribalism, which we're going to get to in a moment, I do things like this. Now, I know I'm a good guy, but I can understand me being attacked and scrutinized, and people tell me to front flip into a car and Roblox, which, by the way, sub to the YouTube channel. We're doing amazing. It's been a great month, this month and last month. But this guy doesn't do that. He doesn't. Now, I will say, I thought his other thumbnail was a little inflammatory. I don't think he was to the level of anything I do. I really don't. And his video was overall amazing. Like, his video was top tier. It was genuinely a great video encompassing the gacha space as well as the pros of Woowa, some of the cons it had, and some of the pros of Genshin. Like, he glazed, right? These other games in there. But unfortunately, what happened is because people misconstrued that thumbnail, which, again, I don't think it was on the level of a 10. I think it might have been on the level of like a 3 or a 4, right? I make things on like the level of a 7, a 8, a 9. You could even say a 10, right? He doesn't do that. Now, granted, I don't deserve to be attacked and scrutinized, but I get it, and it doesn't bother me. But this dude doesn't deserve this. And so I think, to me, one of the parts that I don't know my exact emotion on it currently, if it's frustrating, annoying. I feel like we took the attention off of the fact that the community was being a bunch of pieces of shits. and we placed it more on the tweet of Pokey talking about um, just the whole situation, right? And so my piece on this, I'll say my piece one last time. I'm the type of person where you can say the most vulgar things and it does not bother me. I will also say it is very unrealistic and it is insensitive of me to think that people will have the thick skin that I have, especially in a space that is very volatile. Right now, granted, I do think everyone understands the space is volatile, um, but like I can't put the way I deal with it and how I could genuinely just shrug off all the negative comments. That's why I don't really delete anything, guys. Like, go through my comment section. Like, sometimes it's nice, sometimes it's crazy, and it's like it is what it is. Like, free speech, guys. Go at it as long as I'm not saying anything racist and crazy or wild stuff. And sometimes it falls through the crack because sometimes I just stop reading them, but it doesn't bother me. But I can't sit here and shit on Marco. Is he sensitive, like he said? Yes, sure. But I just didn't like the fact that I feel like we have to hone back in on the fact that, guys, this community's fucking dog shit, right? Forget the pokey tweet, forget all this nonsense at the moment. I feel like this guy does not deserve this. I don't think any of these gacha creators, unless you're really a big piece of trash, and these people who they are, I don't even have to bring those up again, but he doesn't deserve this. I don't really deserve it. Tech doesn't deserve it. These people don't deserve it. But, like, he really doesn't deserve it. I get it if you're doing it to me. I understand. It doesn't bother me. But, yeah, like, this whole situation, it's just sad to see how it also shows nobody actually watches the videos, right? Because Pokey didn't watch the video before he tweeted it either, right? Nobody watches these videos. Nobody really cares. It's more of just mainly a look at the title, look at the thumbnail, and that's it. And if you would have watched the first 2 minutes of the video, you would have had a very good understanding of what's happening, or even the first minute, right? So I just think it's kind of sad. And I feel like this is why, as I've said multiple times, people don't want to speak out, right? Because nobody wants to wake up in the morning and deal with these horrible things and have people question their intentions, questions everything about them, and just be a piece of shit. Like, you don't want to deal with that, right? Can you deal with it? Sure, right? Again, I'm not going to use any other channels. I'm going to use only myself. I deal with that shit all the time. But it really doesn't bother me, right? And so I just find it like this space, I think we're going to be turning off way more creators than we want. And, this is why Glaive said it. I've said it. A lot of other people have said it. But you defend mediocrity and you defend this whole tribalistic mentality, and nothing good comes from it, ever. Nothing ever good comes from this. And a lot of other people won't speak up. And I am late, but I kind of just wanted to process everything and figure out how I wanted to word this, because I do think it's important to talk about it. I talk about it all the time, but I didn't want to upload it the same night because, we got into a group call and whatever, just it didn't really jive well. And again, I feel like we all didn't focus on the right thing. And or at least, let me not speak for anyone else. I feel like I didn't focus on the right thing. Forget the pokey tweet. Don't give a fuck about that. I get how it's perceived as being victim blaming. I understand both sides, but we need to just talk about the fact that this is just a dude trying to make videos have fun, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys, chill with the shit. I'm gonna make a video how I want to fix Genshin Impact. And I'm gonna make this video. Like, I think it's a great video to make for someone who's been criticizing the game and shitting on it. And I've given straight up ways to fix all these problems, but people are mad because I say it in a mean way. So I'm gonna say it in a nice way, in a calm way, how I am right now, right? But I'm sure I'll still get told to kill myself in game. It is what it is. But yeah, I just think like this is one of those low moments, man, where it's like, guys, we need to do better. Will we do better? Probably not. Like, probably not. Like, is anything gonna change? Most likely not. And it's fucked up. But like, again, like, dude's just a wholesome guy, bro. He's fucking playing Sonic on stream. Like, he's not like a gacha creator, right? Like, he covers it, but he is not solely doing gacha. He's doing so many different things. Pokemon X introduced me to amazing Pokemon music, 102,000 views. Like, he has tons of video, musician reacts to video game music, 101,000 views. Like, this guy does not need gacha. Gacha needs him in the sense of he adds. Saint brought this up on stream the other day, and it's very true. The guy has over like 80 80 Genshin videos. I can't find it right now. Honkai Impact third, 70, 86 Genshin music videos. Honkai Impact 17. Wu at the top was 11. Like, the guy brings value because there isn't someone else in the space that's doing this. Now, again, obviously people are going to poke fun, whatever, you're being sensitive. Again, I also don't think he should be apologizing. I know in his video he was apologizing, and that really frustrated me. Marco will probably never watch that, but I will say you have nothing to apologize about because you are just making your content and you're telling your truth and you're actually doing it in a very respectful way. Again, I do think the thumbnail can be perceived as inflammatory, but really it's not that big of a deal. It wasn't the worst thing ever. Yes, it was a wave drowning out 2 characters from a Hoyo game with Woo on the top, right? But that's not the end all be all. It's not the worst thing in the world. The title's not inflammatory. Nothing about this was inflammatory. You have nothing to apologize about. And I feel as if a lot of times creators will get into this thing where they make there's 3 options. They either make the content that the game and the community wants and they're fucking miserable doing it. They make the content that they want to talk about, and sometimes it could have good reception, and other times it could have horrendous reception. Like how, again, I will not use anyone else other than myself. I'm having horrendous reception with a lot of the videos that I'm putting up, right? It is what it is. You know, the Hoyo shows, so they're going to do what they want to do, and the Korobots can do what they do. And then the third option is you just don't touch the gacha scene. Because you're like, fuck it, man, whatever. This place ain't worth it. Why would I do that when I could rack in 100,000 views, 50,000 views doing something different, right? Now, I'm not saying he should leave. But, I mean, if you want to leave, I get it. I think you bring a lot of value to the space. And again, I'm doing slop. You're over here fucking breaking down analytics of music and shit. Like, but I don't think you have anything to say sorry for. I think these motherfuckers should be saying sorry to you. And I will not clown you or say anything stupid about you being sensitive. Again, I deal with things differently, so yeah, but I just think the community needs to do better. They're scaring away a lot of good creators. Fucking sucks, man, right? People hate people like me. You hate people like Techie and Saint and all these other people who speak their mind and talk, or even Pokey, right? But when a nice creator comes into the space and does something and branches out a little bit and gives a different type of twist to their normal content, and this is the reaction, that's why there's only us. Sorry to tell you. Yes, there's guide makers and shit. Before someone's like, actually, Ziox exists. Like, no, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about theory crafters. We're talking about people that are making content about the game and not just fucking, doing a guide. Like, informative, let me rephrase that. Conversational content instead of just reactions. And is this character's E going to do more than this other character? Like, you hate people like us, but then you scare away people who are trying to do something completely different. So it's just fucking stupid. With that being said, that's my rant on Marco. Love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Mwah.